Welcome back. This week, we're also taking some time to recognize Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month by talking with a couple of our colleagues here at News 8, Collin Riviello and Jonathan Fong, to learn part of their stories. As you might imagine, each of their backgrounds is unique. This morning, they'll share how that has helped shape their perspectives today. Jonathan Fong, hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time to chat a little bit about your stories this time. You're usually busy telling other people's stories, but we get to learn about you guys today. As we celebrate this month, what does this particular month mean to each of you? Does it have any significance?
To me, like, upholding my Chinese heritage is important. Mm-hmm. But I'm not necessarily as forward with it, and that's not necessarily because I don't care about it, but because it just doesn't have as much of a personal importance to me. So for these kind of months, these kind of things, I don't necessarily go out of my way to advocate more or go out to certain events or something like that. But I mean, it's still nice, it's still important, and I still think each of these months are important for kind of celebrating the modern world that we live in, a very diverse world, no matter, not just the U.S., but anywhere in the world. Things have become a lot more culturally diverse and accepting than it's ever been.
Right. Collin, same question for you. Does this month have particular significance?
It does. Piggybacking what Jonathan said, it allows us to learn more about our culture. I haven't advocated for my own Chinese heritage, similar to what he said, but growing up, I didn't learn much about this. I was born in China, but my mom is Chinese, but my dad is white. So I didn't get the chance to learn to speak Chinese. I didn't get the chance to really embrace what other cultures there are besides Chinese, Filipino, Hawaiian, etc. And so this month to me, as I'm older, gives me that opportunity.
When you guys think about your heritage, and you guys have very different stories. You just mentioned you were born in China. You were born here basically in the Midwest. Yeah. But your parents are from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
When you guys each think about your heritages, what comes to mind? Is it food? Is it religion? Is it trips back home? Is it things you want to learn? Is there anything that sort of stands out? And I know there's so much and it's hard to distill it down to one thing, but is there anything that kind of sticks out in your mind?
For me?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you go first.
For me, it's being Chinese and recognizing I am Chinese. And though I live in America, I am a U.S. citizen now, it's naturalized. A few years ago, it's being proud of who I am and recognizing that our culture extends into a lot of what America has right now in terms of media, the growing popularity of anime. That's not Chinese, but it's Asian American. And so that's what I'm proud of.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about being Asian American is that there's kind of this duality of heritage, of culture, but still loving things that are American, because I mean, food being a very easy one, there's definitely plenty of Chinese dishes that I absolutely love that I grew up eating. I grew up going to family dinners and enjoying that so much, but I love hot dogs and cheeseburgers and American barbecue just as much as anybody else here in the U.S.
How did your parents instill a bit of their culture? Because they're from Hong Kong. How did they try and instill that in you?
Yeah, I multiple ways. I mean, obviously through food, through language, because they often speak to me in Cantonese, and of course my grandparents do too. I can't say that my Mandarin and Cantonese are really good. It's pretty bad, but I at least understand them and try to communicate with them. But I think a large part of it too is something that's a little more subtle. I think it's really a certain kind of mentality that's instilled in me from an early age in terms of just some of the ways that you handle certain situations, just that I think can be more broadly attributed to Asian culture. Just a certain thought process and a way you handle certain situations and kind of work ethics. And I think finding that balance between having that and kind of having the certain American mindset has been an interesting thing to try to balance, especially even now, in such a fast-paced environment like journalism.
Sure. And Collin, of course, I wanted to ask you about this. We're used to seeing you in a suit and tie. You're wearing something a little bit different and holding something that's actually very significant to you. Tell us a little bit about why you're wearing the shirt that you're wearing and what you're holding there.
Yeah, so this is Tiger. It's a stuffed animal. In Chinese culture, there's the zodiac calendar. Different animals represent different years. I was born in the year of the tiger. So when I was 6 years old, my dad's parents, my grandmother, got me this for Christmas, and I've had it ever since because I don't have much from when I was born in China. I had the baby clothes I was found in, and then I was adopted. So this is something special to me because it gives me a chance to remember I'm Chinese. And the shirt I have is an Hawaiian shirt. I got it in Hawaii this past summer when we went to visit my grandmother's grave. And she grew up in Hawaii. She was there when Pearl Harbor happened. She saw the planes go by. And so my own mother then, who was born in California, obviously was raised with Hawaiian culture. And so in graduations, she would order leis, custom order leis from Hawaii and have us wear them. And though it's expensive, it was a symbol of a welcoming and of good luck to my sister and I.
Very nice. Well, I know there's so much more to each of your stories, and we could talk here for much longer, but I appreciate you giving us a little bit of insight, not only to myself, but our viewers as well, who are accustomed to watching you every day. Gentlemen, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. When we come back, a quick look at your forecast. Stay with us.